Hey guys, welcome to Mom Minute. Today we're going to talk about schedules for elementary and middle age school kids. Last time we did one on preschool and toddlers, but somebody asked, hey, what do you do about, a little bit older kids? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So first of all, I'm going to do just a little illustration that you've probably already seen, but it's a great just reminder about our time and how much time we have and what we should fill that time up with. And you can use this illustration with your kids, especially when they get a little bit older and they're kind of feeling overwhelmed with everything they have to do. We've talked about this illustration and it just makes sense. It's easy to remember. So we're going to do that today. So first, this vase represents our time. Okay, and so our big rocks here are going to be the things that are most important for us to do today. So like Bible study and maybe eating. Eating is good. And maybe for our kids to read for 30 minutes, okay? So if we do put all of our big rocks in first, then we can put the stuff that is just a little bit less important in there, like maybe iPad time or watching TV or I don't know, whatever is less important on your list. TV and iPad time is always less important on my list, so I would rather just do without it, honestly. So the point is though, if we put the main things in our schedule, then we will have time for the little things too, or at least some of the little things, but at least we'll have the main things done. So again, this is a good illustration to use with your kids so that they can understand that they also need to schedule the most important things first. So I went ahead and wrote up a schedule, or actually our priorities first, that we're going to put on our schedule. But this is just for us. This is kind of something that we would do if I was writing it up for elementary and middle school age kids. So my big rocks in my schedule, the things that I want to do first so that I make sure that I get them done, are Bible study time, okay, for me and for the kids. Eating's important. Reading for 30 minutes for the kids and even for me. Morning chores, practice instruments, quiet time, or we know it's nap time, but for older kids, quiet time is a little bit easier for them to do and to understand. And then play outside, do something active every day, and play quietly. For them to learn to play quietly in their room is great. So little rocks for me personally is play the iPad, watch learning videos on TV, or even just to play video games whatsoever, or whatever that may look like. I really don't care for those, so those are really way down on the priority list for me. So I'm going to take these big rocks and put them first in my schedule. So that might look like we get up at 7, and from 7 to 7:30 we get up and eat breakfast. From 7:30 to 8 we do our morning chores and get dressed. From 8 to 8:30 we do our Bible study time. Everybody does that. It can look like me downstairs reading my Bible, and the kids, depending on their age and if they can read, being upstairs on their beds and reading the Bibles that are appropriate for their age group. Listening to worship music, or even younger kids, watching a Bible video or listening to worship music or that sort of thing. And then you can go straight into read for 30 minutes. Everybody gets to read for 30 minutes in their room. And then from 9 to 10, we would practice instruments. We do take, our musical instrument lessons in the summer most of the time. So we still would need to do this for the summer. And again, this is for summer. School looks totally different than this. But this is just to get through those summer days and feel like you are still being productive. And while somebody's practicing their instruments, then the other ones can play quietly, so that they can concentrate. And then from 10 to 12, go outside, do something active, wear them out. So that's always a great thing to do. And then 12 to 1 o'clock, you're going to have your lunchtime, and then they can play some more. Have them help you do a 5-minute cleanup before quiet time so that the house is not a wreck and you're sitting there during their quiet time thinking, I really need to pick up. well, have them help you pick up before everybody does quiet time. It's okay. It can be done really fast if everybody helps, and it's just a good habit to have. And then from 1 to 2 we do quiet time. From 2 to 3 they could come down and watch a learning show or do iPad time or something like that. Something to just kind of, everybody's still kind of a little bit groggy or just tired, and so it's a good way just to warm everybody back up and kind of get the grumpies out. And then from 3 to 5:30, let them play outside, do something active. 5:30 to 6:30, have them help you again do a 5-minute cleanup before Dad gets home, so that he doesn't come home to a big mess and just chaos. It's really great when they can come in the door and it's just not a total wreck. So try to get that done with your kids. Have your kids help you. And then 6:30 to 7, fix dinner and eat dinner. And then at 7 o'clock, do your nightly activity. And usually for our nightly activity, in the summer at least, we try to, especially on our weekends, try to have like date night on Friday night. Saturday night is family night, and then Sunday is small group night or outreach night, fellowship night with people at church. But that way it kind of makes it, and we don't always do that for sure, but it just kind of helps everything seem balanced, and it's not so crazy where you've gone for a month or two and like, oh, we haven't even done a date night. What happened with that? So it just kind of helps you and everybody to know what to expect. And so even date night can be at the house. You can watch TV downstairs while your kids are watching a special movie upstairs. You don't have to go out and get a babysitter. Just let the kids know, hey, it's Mom and Dad's date night, and you guys need to stay upstairs and play unless something really terrible happens. Do not come down the stairs. This is Mom and Dad's time. And that's okay. It's going to give them a sense of security that you guys value each other and value the relationship that you have with each other, and that gives kids a big sense of security, and that's what we want them to have. So go for that. Do that date night every Friday night or Saturday night, whenever you want to do it, but make sure that it is a constant thing, that your kids see that you value your relationship with your spouse over just about everything else, even them. So it's okay. It'll be good for them. Again, so the great thing about having a schedule is the freedom that it gives you, because it gives you a framework for your day, and you have all of your important things right up front. And then like if a friend calls and asks if you want to go to the pool or if you want to go to a museum, well, you'd say, well, yeah, I can do it at 10 o'clock, starting at 10 o'clock. And all the rest of this, especially for elementary and grade school kids, they don't need a quiet time. Quiet time's good for them and good for you, but they don't need one. So all the rest of this stuff you can be really flexible about. And so this just provides a framework for your day and helps you know that you got all the big rocks or all the important things done. Hope you enjoyed.